Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me here for another video. Today, what I want to do is share with you the 7 steps to investing in your first stock. So these are just kind of the basic steps. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it. If you've never placed a trade in your life before, but you want to invest in the stock market, I'm going to show you the big picture overview. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to show you this big picture overview here, and here are the 7 steps. Each one of these has kind of its own micro steps behind it. But ultimately, what you'll go do and take a look at is getting a brokerage account. So again, you might need to research and take a look at other videos of, hey, how do I choose the best brokerage, what I'm looking for, that kind of thing. How do I open up an account? So there's a lot of other videos that I have, so just check out the channel there. Or of course, what you could do is also just go ahead and take a look at our website at tradersfly.com. And when you go there, there's a handful of courses and books that we have. And you can just take a look at one of the courses that'll just walk you through all these processes, like understanding the stock market and how it works, stock trading foundations. And if you're interested in like technical analysis and that kind of stuff with chart reading, check that out as well. So anyways, when you take a look at this, and you look at the big 7 steps, it's really about getting a brokerage account, putting money into that account, learn the platform, you pick a stock, you buy some shares, you let that stock cook, and then you sell your shares. So that's the overview of the big picture. So how does this all work? Well, getting a brokerage account is kind of like a bank. So when you have a bank, it allows you to kind of hold your money, and then what you can do is go ahead and buy stock with that. So it's different than a bank because it allows you to go ahead and buy stocks, whereas most banks, they don't really do that. Here, these are brokerage accounts, so they kind of have trading panels and platforms. So in either case, you get this bank kind of account, which is a brokerage account. So from your bank, you put money into your broker, okay? And now that money's kind of sitting there. Think of it like PayPal. You put money into your account. So that would be that next step. Then you kind of have to learn the platform basics. Again, this video is way more simple than the platform. Sometimes you could have multi-hour videos just on learning the platform, but you got to have some basic knowledge about how to use the platform, how to execute a buy order, how to execute a sell order. Then you pick your stock. This could be like a McDonald's. It could be like a Nike. You take your pick and you buy some shares. Let's say you want 10 shares, 5 shares, or 500 shares. Really, sky's the limit. And you go ahead and let that stock cook. Just like you're buying a pizza or you're making it out of dough, you got to let it cook for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, depending on what you're making, how much dough there is. And that way, once it's done, it comes out nice, crispy, and edible. And in that case, you go ahead and sell the shares. So what you're looking to do, just like if you had a shoe store, if you bought shoes or a pair of shoes for $50, and then you let that stock kind of cook, or these shoes kind of, inflate in price, or you find a buyer, you sell them for $60, you made $10. The difference with the stock market is you could go ahead and have 2 pairs of shoes, 20 pairs of shoes. In this case, it would be shares. But here, if you had 2 pairs of shoes, well, now all of a sudden you bought times 2, right? 2 shoes. And now you got times 2. Well, your profit would be kind of $20 because you made $10 on each pair of shoes. So that would be like 2 shares because you had 2 pairs of shoes. So anyways, let me show you kind of a baseline to this. And what you'll want to do first is just check out like some brokerage accounts. So starting with step 1 is like, hey, what are the best stock brokers? So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and research some of these things, and let's just say, hey, top online brokers. You can compare them. There's a lot of different videos I have even around them. There's E-Trade, Merrill Lynch, TD Ameritrade. There's so many, Fidelity, Robinhood, Vanguard. And don't get spoofed by these commissions. If every single trade that you make, whether it's to buy or sell, you're going to pay commissions. And, some of them, they say they have 0 per trade, but they're going to make it back in other ways. So typically you'll pay about $3 to $5 to buy a stock or sell a stock. I know a lot of people advocate for like Robinhood, but they route their orders through other systems and partnerships, and sometimes you can't get the good fill rate. So instead of buying your shoes for like, let's say $50 from the guy that makes it, well, instead you got to go to the other guy, and well, he's only gonna sell them to you for $55. So you actually got to pay more to get those same shoes. So that's kind of the difference, is you'll actually be paying more sometimes with some of the ones that say 0. So anyways, let's just say you're looking to open up an account. If we're going to, let's say, E-Trade over here, You can see there's brokerage account, core portfolios. Let's say you're just opening up a brokerage account. Now you say individual, joint, custodial. There's different types of accounts out there. Rollover IRAs. So you continue, you go through this whole process, and then eventually, just like a bank online, you take your money from your bank and you put it into this account. And then that money is going to be sitting there. And then what you'll do is you'll go ahead and you'll have to open up their platform. So here's a little platform here that I have. This is the TD Ameritrade platform. And of course, you could go ahead and check all these things out on our website. It's under the resources section. There's some stockbrokers here listed. There's some equipment and tech and trading tools that you may want to check out as well. But once you have that platform set up, you go ahead and pick a stock. So let's say I'm interested in something like Square or Shopify or a Tesla. You know, you learn, they have their ticker symbol. You learn their ticker symbol, or you look it up, and then you go ahead and enter it in the platform. Now this platform, it has a lot of stuff. Here I have the monitor tab. There's a lot of other tabs on there, just like a browser. I could switch to the trade tab, which shows me the price of a certain stock that I type in. I could analyze that stock. I could scan for stocks. I could look at the markets, and I have charts. Most platforms are very similar, and they're going to have these things as well. So let's say I already know which stock I want. If I want McDonald's, I just type in MCD. That has McDonald's Corp. You can see it's going to be right there. And then what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and click this last price, and I could say, okay, well, I'll go ahead and buy, right click, buy, and then it'll pop up, okay, well, how many shares do you want to buy? Well, here it tells me, okay, I'm interested in buying. This is my order that I'm putting in. It's like an online order, you know, to buy anything on Amazon or anything like that. I could say, okay, I want 10 shares of this stock, and I'm willing to pay $193.77. So I could go ahead and say, okay, I'll go ahead and send that order in. I'll go ahead, it'll fill that order. You could see, boom, it filled it, bought 10 shares McDonald's, and then you'll be able to see that in your portfolio. So you can see there's the McDonald's trade, and now that money that you put in got converted into shares. And that's the whole point of the broker. And now you'll be able to see that money kind of fluctuate. As that stock price moves and wiggles, you'll see those funds also wiggle. Now, right now it's down 10 cents, so I'm losing about 10 cents on it, but you'll see it kind of wiggle around. So now this is the part where you let it sit and simmer. And you can see right now it's moving a little bit and moving a little against me. When you're ready, you could go ahead and sell it. But there's other great things about these brokers platforms. So here we have an analyst tool. And on the bottom, this is the current stock price. We went ahead and bought it right around $193.73. So our stock price is on the bottom. On that left side, we have our profit and loss. So here's our zero line right there. So you can see it matches up with where we bought it because we just bought it. Anything above that right here, this is profit right there. So you can see it's about $50 down here. Anything below that, this is kind of your loss area because it's under the zero line. So all that you do is as you move your mouse, let's say, hey, this stock drops, you know, down to 189. Well, what I could see is as I move my mouse, well, I'd be losing $46, right? If it went down, hey, if that pair of shoes, you know, the value of it went down, well, I'd be losing $76, right? If the pair of shoes went up in price, let's say I bought the pair of shoes at $193 and I sold that pair of shoes for $195, well, I made $13. That's how stocks work on a basic level. So that's how it works. And then once you're done, once you let it sit, you let it cook, you marinate, you know, the value of the company increases, you know, more people want it. You're ready. You could just go ahead, right click, analyze, closing order, sell it, right click, confirm and send it in. I know I went a little quick here on the order entries, but that's just about learning the platform basics. And if you're interested in learning about the platform, you could watch the videos from your broker or other training videos that I have. This is just to give you a big picture overview. And now you could see here, what I have is, you know, for McDonald's, my profit and loss since I've opened the position right now, is zero because it nulled everything out. But for the day, ultimately, I lost 60 cents. And of course, this is all fake money, paper money, just so that way I could show you different videos of real platforms and real ideas and insights behind the scenes. But that's the way it really works and functions. And that's how you go ahead and kind of buy your first share of stock. And if you're serious and you're really interested in learning a lot more, definitely check out that tradersfly.com website. There's so many things that we have available, so many different, if you have any questions, you can submit one by voice, join our newsletter list by clicking the link here, and even checking out some more advanced courses and books and other great stuff. So definitely check it out, reach out. And if you need one-on-one coaching, I could even walk you through some stuff here together. So check that out. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Be sure to sign up to YouTube or subscribe right here to the channel if you want to continue seeing other great videos like these. And if you want to join that newsletter list, click the link right over here. Thank you so much. Remember, do what you love, contribute to other people, but most importantly, live life abundantly. I'll see you next time.